Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Good afternoon. Let few people join. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Hetal Mehta, and I'm MD Homeopath. I've done my undergraduation from Chandaben Mohanbhai Patel Homeopathic Medical College, Irla, Villepalla, Mumbai. And I've done my post-graduation from Shri Bhagwan Homeopathic Medical College, Aurangabad, in the subject of Materia Medica. I have the clinical experience of practicing since more than 10 years. And in the name of Holistic Homeopathy Clinic, I'm based on Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Okay. Also, I'm an associate professor in the Department of Homeopathic Materia Medica at Gandhinagar Homeopathic Medical College. I have a teaching experience is more than 6 years. I have my own clinic, e-clinic at the in the name of drhetalmehta.com. Yes. So I think we'll start the session. Okay. Okay. Now, today my topic is that is the role of homeopathy in thyroid disorders. That is my topic. That is how homeopathy is helping in thyroid problems. Homeopathy has unbelievable results in thyroid disorders. It is unbelievable. It gives lot of good results in thyroid disorders. It's very important to know this. Now, first of all, we'll talk about what is thyroid disorders. What is thyroid disorders? What is homeopathy? That we'll talk about. Okay. So, what is homeopathy first of all? Homeopathy is an holistic science. Okay, and homeopathy has solution for all the problems, especially in thyroid disorders. Why homeopathy as a science is so special? The founder of homeopathy is Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, and homeopathy is different because homeopathy individualize each and every case. We take both the things, that is mental and physical. Everything is taken into consideration. That is individualization. That is the basis of homeopathy. We individualize each and every case, and we have the mental basis and the physical basis of the person, and on that basis we prescribe. Okay. Now, homeopathy tries to deal with the disease process. It is trying to deal with the disease process and not with the uh, like we take into consideration the entire person and not only the disease process. So disease process is also taken, but we cure the individual in the disease and not the disease. The individual is taken care of. Okay, the individuals are taken care of and not the disease. Our focus is not only the symptoms, but our focus is on the individual who is who is suffering from the symptoms. Okay, so we individualize, we go towards the entire disease process, how it has evolved, how the process or disease has evolved in the human being, so that is taken care of. Okay, so entire understanding of the patient is done at the level of mind and body. Entire understanding of the patient is done at the level of mind and body. Homeopathy is a science. It's an scientific application of homeopathy that bring a permanent resolution of autoimmune thyroid disorders. Now, what is autoimmune? Means our body cells is acting against us. Okay, so obviously there would be many factors which are causing all these problems. Okay, so homeopathy has a solution in this, because we are not treating the disease, we are not treating the symptoms, we are treating the individual in the disease. That is very, very important to understand. Now, when we talk particular of the thyroid disorders, which is my topic for today, in the recent years, like it is more than 10 years or a decade, thyroid problems is very, very common, very, very common. And this thyroid problem, it is like an epidemic. Before 10 years or 15 years, if you say it was cancer or TB or AIDS, which was very prevalent those time. But recently, thyroid has become an epidemic. You know, every 2 patients who comes to my clinic, I am taking thyroid tablets since 2 years. They take casually, na? Because it is now very common. मेरे को thyroid hai. So it is very, very common and very prevalent nowadays. But what is the solution in this? What is the solution? The solution lies in homeopathy medicines. Okay. Now, one more thing which I want to add is, with thyroid, PCOD is very common seen in young girls and also females at the age of 30 years. What is PCOD? Polycystic ovarian disease. There are multiple cysts which are present in the ovaries, and this is along with the thyroid problems. So the female will have a lot of menstrual problems and acne and hirsutism, and this is very prevalent in females nowadays. Okay, now no treatment as such is available in allopathy for thyroid disorders. No treatment as such is available. Okay, the real cure is present in homeopathy only. It's a real cure. Okay, now I have already told you why homeopathy has the answer for thyroid, because we are not treating the symptoms of the thyroid, we are treating the individual, we are treating the patient in the disease. Okay, now it has been seen nowadays, and in my practice also I have observed that thyroid disorders, okay, thyroid disorders are mainly because of lot of stress, and nowadays if you ask who doesn't have stress, but how the individual responds to stress, that is very important. If the individual just give up, he or she will suffer from lot of problems. Okay, so this is very important. And what we homeopathy doctors do, we analyze and perceive the stress in a different way. We understand the stress of a person, we perceive the stress, and according to that stress, okay, on the basis of that stress, we give remedy. Just a simple example, if 2 patients are coming in my clinic for thyroid disorders, so both the patient, the remedy which I will give would be different. It would be different because both the individual's personality is different. The personality is completely different. So we individualize the case. Everybody, the personality is different. So दोनों का remedy same नहीं रहेगा. It would be different. But if you take in allopathy, what they give, the same medicines, whether the doses will be more or less same. Okay, same medicine is given. For thyroid, they give Eltroxin or Thyronop, and for hyperthyroid, they give Neomercazole. Okay, but in homeopathy, it is never same. Okay, so if two patients are coming to me with same reports thyroid, the remedies would be different because the individuals are different. Okay, that has to be understood. Okay, now homeopathy medicines are acting on the hormonal axis. It is acting on the hormonal axis and it is acting on the psychological aspects of the patient. How the patient is reacting, what is the psychology of the patient, how the patient develop thyroid disorders, all this is taken into consideration, and then we give the medicines. So how we go about in thyroid disorders, how we go about, we have to study the deeper and suppressed the stress and emotions. Whatever the stress and emotions are suppressed inside, that has to come out while case taking. That is very important. See, autoimmune, it is something which is the body cells is working against yourself only. So there has to be some stress, there has to be some suppressed emotions which has led to this difficult situations or difficult disease in a patient. Why I'm telling you difficult? Because in allopathy there is no solution for this. They give permanent medications for, like how it is given in diabetes and blood pressure. They give permanent medications, and that medicines have to last lifelong. That is very, people don't like to take medicines for lifelong. So homeopathy has the solution for this. Okay. Now also we give psychotherapy, that is homeopsychotherapy, that is also given. Okay. We taper off the thyroid medicine slowly, and then we repeat the reports, and that I'll talk later on how it is going. Now, let me tell you about the thyroid gland. What are the things and what are the diseases which are present in the thyroid gland? So this was a little bit about the introduction of homeopathy, how homeopathy medicines act, and how we are taking the case and how we treat. Now, what is thyroid gland? Thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped gland which is present in the neck area. It is present in the neck area, which is in the front of the trachea. It is in the front of the trachea. Trachea is our windpipe. Now, I will not go into so much anatomical aspect. Obviously, there will be many non-medical people, but I'll not go into many anatomical aspect. Okay, thyroid is 15 to 25 grams. Okay, weighing 15 to 25 grams. Okay, and what thyroid disorders includes? What are the thyroid disorders? It is hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism, one of the causes Graves' disease. Hypothyroidism, that is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Then you have goiter, you have thyroid cancer. Thyroid cancer is very, very less common. It is not so common as compared to hyperthyroidism and goiter. Okay. Now, what is this hypothyroidism? What is hyperthyroidism? Thyroid gland secretes hormones. These are known as thyroid hormones. The hormones are T3, T4 and calcitonin. Okay. Now, what is hyperthyroidism? Hyper means more. So, when more thyroid hormones are secreted by this thyroid gland, it is known as hyperthyroid. That is T3, T4 is increased. And what is hypothyroidism? That is opposite. So, in hypothyroidism, there is decrease in the secretion of thyroid hormones, that is T3 and T4. Okay. Now, all this hormone secretion, that T3, T4, this hormone secretion is regulated and stimulated by a pituitary gland, which is present in the brain. And that pituitary gland releases one hormone, which name is TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, so that I'll talk later. What is TSH and which thyroid problem the TSH is increased or decreased. Now, next I'll talk about the thyroid hormones is basically acting on our BMR, that is basal metabolic rate. बेसल मेटाबॉलिक रेट पे थायराइड हार्मोन्स का बहुत इफेक्ट होता है. And because of this, thyroid hormones has effect on each and every system and organ of our body. It is having effect on your brain, on your eyes, on your mouth, ears, and your heart, lungs, your gut, that is your intestines, your sexual organs, your joints, your muscles. Everywhere thyroid hormones are acting, everywhere. So just imagine, so if there is a problem in thyroid gland, it would be very, very difficult for a person to cope up. That's why they are telling there is no solution of thyroid problems in allopathy. Okay, now we'll go to hypothyroidism first. What is hypothyroidism? In hypothyroidism, I have already told you the thyroid hormones are getting less. Okay, the thyroid hormones are getting less. That is T3 and T4 are getting less. They are decreased in secretion. So what the pituitary will do to stimulate the secretion of thyroid hormones, उसका thyroid hormones का secretion बढ़ाने का काम वो करता है. So thyroid hormones is secreted less. So what pituitary, it will work more. What pituitary gland will do? It will work more to stimulate this thyroid hormones. So what it will do? It will secrete more amount of TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. So in hypothyroid patient, the T3, T4 is low and TSH is high. Please remember, TSH is increased and T3, T4 hormones are less. Hypothyroid, I have already told you, thyroid hormones are acting on our basal metabolic rate, that is BMR. Okay, in hypothyroid, as the thyroid hormones are less, the basal metabolic rate is low. It is less. The BMR is very, very less. Okay, so that is why the patient is having lot of problems. Okay, now hypothyroid is very common in females as compared to males. It is almost 6:1 ratio. Okay, the risk of hypothyroid is common in postpartum females. What is postpartum females? Those who have recently delivered. Okay, or during menopause, and it increases with age. Okay, so that is the females who are more affected in hypothyroid. Now, according to WHO, about 2 million people are iodine deficiency. There is a lot of iodine deficiency seen. To prepare thyroid hormones, iodine is a very important element. Okay, T3 is triiodothyronine, T4 is tetraiodothyronine. This is the full name I am telling this. So iodine as an element is very, very important to form thyroid hormones. So hypothyroid, the thyroid hormones are less. So most common cause of thyroid problem in hypothyroid is iodine deficiency. Very, very important to understand. Okay, it is also called as underactive thyroid. The thyroid gland doesn't make enough thyroid hormones to meet our body needs. Okay, there are also certain causes, like after viral diseases we get hypothyroid, because after any viral disease antibodies are formed. That antibodies cross react and it will affect your thyroid gland. Okay, lifestyle disorders, then environmental factors, or even certain diet related issues like food preservatives. All this could lead to a lot of hypothyroidism. One more thing which I have seen in practice, this is just my observation, that many young females are coming with hypothyroid. The history is taken in detail, and come to know that in very younger age, or when they were very small, lot of antibiotics has been given to them in the past, and lot of steroids for little cold and cough. The steroids are prescribed and antibiotics are given. So this has some or the other effect on the thyroid gland. Okay, so whatever you eat, whatever you have, just think before what you are doing with your system. Okay, now what is the definition of thyroid, hypothyroid? It is the hypometabolic clinical state which is resulting from inadequate production of thyroid hormones, okay, for prolonged periods or rarely from resistance of the peripheral tissues to the effects of thyroid hormones, okay. So there is decrease in the thyroid hormones, as well as if the thyroid hormones are made but the organs are not receiving, okay. So body mein thyroid hormones is present but the organs are not receiving, so that is the resistance by the organs, okay. Now if a female is having hypothyroid during pregnancy and it is not detected or he has not taken care of, then the child developed from congenital hypothyroidism, and that condition is known as cretinism. And the child is mentally retarded and there is no treatment for this. It is incurable. So that is what I'm saying. Thyroid disorder is very, very important to understand because it can lead to a lot of problems in future. Okay. Cretinism is seen in childhood, and adult hypothyroidism is known as mixed edema. Okay. Now, what is the classification and etiology of hypothyroid? It is primary hypothyroidism. Primary means it is first the thyroid gland is affected. That is primary hypothyroidism. That is, there is iodine deficiency, autoimmune hypothyroidism, iatrogenic. Iatrogenic means some radioactive treatment is given, or chemotherapy drugs, or thyroidectomy, that is thyroid gland is removed. Then certain drugs like lithium and para-amino-salicylic acid, cytokines. Congenital, it may be ectopic or absent thyroid gland. Okay, the gland is absent only. Then dysharmogenesis. Dysharmogenesis is a genetic defect which is very rare. And in this, there is no synthesis or reduced synthesis of thyroid hormones. Then it could be idiopathic. There could be no cause of hypothyroid. Then secondary hypothyroid is hypopituitarism, where your pituitary gland is not working properly. And because of that, it is not secreting TSH, and TSH is not secreted. So it will not be able to stimulate the thyroid gland. Okay. Very important. So there are tumors, trauma, TSH deficiency or inactivity. So these are the problems in the pituitary gland. There is hypothalamic disorders also, like tumors, trauma, idiopathic. It may be infiltration, some hypothalamus. So hypothalamus also has a role in secretion of thyroid hormones. Thyroid releasing hormone is secreted by hypothalamus. So that I will not go in so much detail. Okay. Then transient hypothyroidism. That is silent thyroiditis, including postpartum thyroiditis. That is, I told you, after delivery of a child, the mother can suffer from hypothyroid. Subacute thyroiditis, withdrawal of thyroxine treatment. Okay, so when you are treating someone with homeopathy and you are suddenly withdrawing, so it can rebound. Okay, and it will lead to a lot of problems to the patient. So you have to understand when you are withdrawing the thyroid hormones, thyroid tablets. Now, thyroid gland removed after cancer, that can also lead to hypothyroidism. Chemotherapy drugs, I told you. So all this leads to decrease in T3, T4 and increase in TSH. Now, what are the clinical features of hypothyroidism? Very, very important. First and foremost, the patient will come with lot of weakness and tiredness. Doctor साहब मैं अपना routine काम भी नहीं कर सकता. So much of weakness and tiredness is seen in hypothyroid. Lot of weakness. थक जाते वो लोग. Okay. Then they cannot bear cold. There is intolerance to colds. ठंडी सहन नहीं होती. Dry skin, thick skin. There is decrease in sweating. Hair loss in bunches. It is in bunches and it is without dandruff. The person has difficulty in concentration. The memory is weak. The skin is very, very dry. The person is anemic. Cool peripheral extremities. So the extremities are very, very cold. Okay. Because why? The BMR is reduced. The BMR is reduced. Right? So BMR metabolism से क्या होता है? Body में heat produce होता है. तो अगर मेटाबॉलिज्म ही कम है तो बॉडी में हीट कैसे प्रोड्यूस होगा? एंड हीट इज नॉट प्रोड्यूस, देन द एक्सट्रीमिटीज बिकम्स वेरी वेरी कोल्ड. देन देयर इज एलोपेशिया, देयर इज सीवियर डिफ्यूज एलोपेशिया, हेयर लॉस. ब्रेडिकार्डिया, ब्रेडिकार्डिया मींस द हार्ट रेट इज रिड्यूस्ड एंड इट इज बिलो 60. देन पल्स प्रेशर इज नैरो, पल्स रेट इज स्लो. देयर इज पेरिफेरल इडीमा, हाथों में पैरों में सूजन आती है. ओके, इट इज नॉन पिटिंग इडीमा. जब आप दबाते हो तो खड्डे नहीं होंगे. दैट इज नॉन पिटिंग इडिमा. seen in hypothyroid. And pitting edema would be in liver disease, kidney disease, heart disease. So this way you should differentiate. Then there is tendon reflexes are delayed. Okay. Then carpal tunnel syndrome करके एक syndrome होता है जिसमें हाथ ऐसे हो जाते हैं in hypothyroid. Very and there median nerve करके एक nerve होती है वो compressed होती है. Okay, there is a band-like structure here in the wrist area, that is flexor retinaculum. यहाँ से median nerve जाती है, it is compressed in hypothyroid. So there is tingling and numbness in the hands. Okay, this is seen in hypothyroid and this is carpal tunnel syndrome. Very good results with homeopathy. Then weight gain, वजन बढ़ता ही रहता है और भूख तो लगती नहीं है patient को. So appetite is lot of decreased appetite, but lot of weight gain is there. Menorrhagia, they have profuse menses and later on they suffer from oligomenorrhea and amenorrhea. Also there is paresthesia, impaired hearing. The thyroid gland is increased in size, which is known as goiter. Okay, the lipids, there is increased in lipids. Sweating is decreased, swelling around the eyes, facial and pedal edema, पैरों में सूजन आती है. Vitiligo is very common, white patches on the skin, no, white depigmentation, that is vitiligo is very common. Chest pain on slightest exertion, patient को खांसी रहेगी, cough रहेगी, 1 to 2 months के लिए खांसी रहेगी, but there is no cause. Then the patient might have pleural effusion or pericardial effusion, मतलब heart में और आजू-बाजू के structure में पानी भर जाता है. The patient has no freshness, they have myalgias and body ache everywhere. Okay, so this is very commonly seen. Okay, decreased hearing in some patients, you see. Constipation, very important. No desire to pass stool, patient को desire नहीं होता है, and when they are passing the stool is normal, it is not hard. So patient suffers from constipation. Breathlessness, सांस फूल जाती है because of obesity. Iron deficiency होती है, vitamin B12 deficiency होती है. Yes, nowadays infertility is also one of the causes, hypothyroidism. Okay, infertility, very important. Now it is present in all age groups, hypothyroid, but it is common in 40 years of age. Obesity would be in the hip area, gluteal area, abdomen area, breast area. The obesity is more there. Okay, pregnant lady, hypothyroidism, child also suffers from hypothyroidism, that is cretinism. Okay, so child is mentally retarded. PCOD I have already mentioned, and in PCOD we have to do many tests like LH, FSH, testosterone hormones. Okay, and fatigue, obesity. There is a lot of mental instability still in females, very emotional and very sensitive the female becomes because of all this is hormonal changes. Okay, first symptom of hypothyroidism, always remember, is tiredness. थक जाते हैं, routine काम करने से भी वो लोग थक जाते हैं. And bloated face and swelling of the gland. Other differential diagnosis of hypothyroid we'll see is depression, congestive heart failure, dementia, amyloidosis, nephrotic syndrome, chronic nephritis. So these are the differential diagnosis. Complications क्या होंगे if it is not treated? Birth defects हो सकते हैं, goiter, cardiac failure, infertility, depression. Please understand, hypothyroid can be one of the cause of depression. Mixed edema, peripheral neuropathy means हाथ पैर सून हो जाने. Okay, that is tingling and numbness. Okay, so this is peripheral neuropathy. Now, what is the investigations we do? The T3, T4 and TSH we do, and we do after 8 to 12 hours of fasting. This is very important. Okay, so T3 and T4 are reduced. Okay, and TSH is increased. Also, cholesterol is increased in hypothyroid. There is increased in cholesterol. When you do cardiogram, there is bradycardia and short waves are seen. You can do sonography of the neck where you can see the shape, size and nodule in the thyroid gland. Then anti-TPO antibodies are seen, that is TPO is thyroid peroxidase antibodies are positive in autoimmune thyroid disorders. Okay, nuclear scan is done. Now, what is the treatment of hypothyroidism? Certain foodstuffs have to be avoided like soya, then broccoli, cauliflower, radish, cabbage, spinach. All this may inhibit the absorption of thyroid medications. So all this has to be avoided. Okay, that broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, radish, spinach has to be avoided. Also avoid caffeine, tobacco, alcohol. Okay, and certain food has to be included, that is iodized salt you have to include, then fruits, vegetables, blueberries, tomatoes, then bell pepper, that is capsicum. Those are antioxidants which are good for your healthy thyroid gland. Okay, now thyroxine is a amino acid which is used for production of thyroid gland, and this thyroxine, this amino acid we get from dairy products and legumes. So legumes or dairy products ज़्यादा खाने होते हैं. Okay, and if you have increase in cholesterol in hypothyroid, they are fat, so cholesterol increases, so you have to avoid ghee and cream. The skin is dry, so you can apply simple coconut oil, or you can apply Vaseline. Decrease fatty food, decrease carbohydrates, and increase your proteins. Very, very important. You have to exercise, mental and physical exercises, yoga, meditations, everything is done. And now comes to the homeopathic medicines. What are the homeopathic medicines for hypothyroid? So homeopathy is a unique system of medicine which is based on individualization and symptom similarity of the patient. There is a lot of symptom similarity. On the basis of that, we prescribe. It will not only annihilate the disease, okay, in its whole extent, in the shortest, most reliable and most harmless way, but also prevent the complications associated with it. So homeopathy medicines complication को कम करने के लिए भी काम आता है. So homeopathy has a very good result in thyroid disorders. So many remedies are like one of the remedy you cannot tolerate extreme of heat, that is cold more. Then the remedy has craving for salt, and they have lot of edema and dropsy. Okay, there is swelling and anemia, leukocytosis is there, then coldness, menses is irregular, great weakness and weariness, dryness of the mucous membrane, dryness of the lips, dryness of the anus, constipation. And can anybody tell me the remedy? Craving for salt and this, if homeopaths have joined. Okay. The remedy is natrum muriaticum, very commonly prescribed in hypothyroidism. Okay. Next remedy is who are disposed to grow fat. Okay. They are disposed to grow very fat and very, very corpulent, unwilling tendency to obesity. Yes. Yes, Karan, natrum mur. Very good. Okay. Then there is coldness, general coldness of the single parts in youth. The girls are very, very fleshy, plethoric. Okay. And the keynote of action is swelling of the glands, scrofulous and rachitic. What is rachitis? That is vitamin D deficiency, pituitary and thyroid dysfunction. You know, fat, fair, flabby person. You all know this. Yes, calcarea ka, very good. So persons of scrofulous type who take cold very easily. Okay, and great sensitiveness to cold. Difficulty in swallowing they have painless hoarseness of voice, which is worse in the morning, lot of weakness and debility, and sensation as if the throat is worse. There is contractile sensation in the one swallowing is there. Okay, so that is calcarea ka. Very nice. So Karan, you're right. Next remedy which I'll talk is, just guess, adapted to persons who are very indecisive, very slow, they are very phlegmatic, and women who are very inclined to be fleshy and with scanty and protracted menstruation, very scanty and protracted menstruation, dryness of the mouth in the morning, thirstlessness. Thirstlessness is the key of this remedy. Tongue is dry, it is covered with tenacious mucus. Then great dryness of the throat in the morning. Okay. So this remedy is a lot of weepy, indecisive, crying. They want consolation always. Okay, can you suggest anybody the remedy? Wants consolation always. Anybody? Okay, so the remedy is, yes, pulsatilla. Yes, Niriksha, yes, it is pulsatilla. Next remedy which I'll talk about is the stony hardness and scrofulous or swelling of the glands, especially of the lower jaw and the throat. So stony hardness of the gland of the lower jaw and the throat. There is hoarseness of voice which is coming from being overheated. Hard goiter. The glands are stony with a cancerous tendency. So stony glands with cancerous tendency. I don't know who will know this. Stony glands with a cancerous tendency and hoarseness from being overheated. Okay, so I'll tell the remedy is bromium. Okay, bromium is the remedy. Next remedy I'll talk about is that is swelling and induration of the glands, goiter. That is swelling and induration of glands, it is goiter. Thyroid gland is swollen even with chin. Okay, thyroid gland chin tak swollen hota hai. With suffocation at night, violent pain and grasping respiration, awaken suddenly after midnight. So they awake suddenly after midnight. There is lot of suffocation and great anxiety. Thyroid gland is swollen. There is stitches and dryness and hoarseness. Okay. So the remedy here is Spongia tosta. Next remedy which I'll talk about is thyroidinum. Okay, very, very important remedy. It's an anti-miasmatic remedy, thyroidism. Thyroidinum is in thyroid produces anemia. It produces lot of anemia, emaciation, muscular weakness, lot of sweating, headache, nervous tremors of the face and limbs, tingling sensation and paralysis. Excessive obesity, weakness and hungry, marked sensitiveness to cold. Okay, so hypothyroid after acute disease. Any acute disease, and then you get hypothyroid, think of thyroidinum. Then easy fatigue, weak pulse, cold hands and feet, low blood pressure, chilliness and sensitive to cold. Palpitations from least exertion. Okay, throat dry, congested, raw and burning. Okay, the next remedy is iodum. So iodum is for persons of scrofulous diathesis. Iodum, it's a glandular remedy. Iode is a key remedy for thyroid problems. Where the person has dark or black hair, eyes, okay, cachetic condition, profuse debility. Important thing is iodum patient have lot of hunger, but then also there is weight loss. Okay, so it is a remedy for goiter as such. I'm telling this. Okay, so hypertrophy and induration of the glandular tissues, weakness, palpitations from least exertion, sluggish vital reaction, weakness, thyroid gland enlarged, okay, and menstrual irregularities. So this is the little bit approach. There are many remedies are there. Then medorinum is used as a nosode in hypothyroid. Okay, it can be given in 1M potency. Then you have a remedy where hypothyroid is developed from fear or fright. Can anybody tell me? Ailments from fear and fright. Some shock in the past and patient has developed hypothyroid. Anybody knows this remedy? Ailments from fear or fright and patient has developed that hypothyroid after that. Anybody? Yes, the remedy is opium. Okay, the remedy is opium. Remember this. Hypothyroid, it is developed after sadness or grief, any grief. Okay, so that is natrum mur. Okay, then please remember hypothyroid after pregnancy or after menopause. Menopause के बाद hypothyroid develop होता है. That is pulsatilla. Okay, one more remedy is calcarea iode. Okay, very, very medorinum is prescribed as a nosode. Bindu madam, medorinum is prescribed as a nosode in hypothyroid. Yes. Now, thyroid problem started during or after puberty, that is calcarea iode. Okay, there is a lot of thyroid enlargement after puberty and it's a psychotic remedy. So calcarea plus iode, so it has calcarea elements, so lot of insecurity is present of the calcarea and they want need for comfort of calcarea. Iode is very fast. It's a fast-paced remedy. There is desire for hunger, creativity, a feeling of betrayal, of iode. Okay, then change desire for and desire for electronic games. They have desire for electronic games, calcarea, iode. Traveling desire, impatient while fasting. Okay, they love nature, they love cars, and they love the luxurious life. Optimistic. Okay, music and movie they desires a lot of anxiety of future and about trifles. Egotism, they have delusion that people are betraying them and injured of being. Then insecurities of money, financial worries are seen in calcarea. Dreams of ghosts, dead relatives, fear to unable to reach destinations. Okay, they have panic attacks. Okay, they have craving for chocolates and milks, and they read lot of medical books. You all know those who are patients who are doing lot of Google, they comes in calcarea group. Okay, then fibroadenoma of the breast. Yes, so medorinum is just a nosode. It is given to block that anti-miasmatic, to remove that anti-miasmatic block. Medorinum is given in 1 m potency. Okay. Usually in hypothyroid, we give LM potencies once in 2 weeks or once in a month. LM potencies are given. Slowly, the thyroid tablets are withdrawn. Now, please remember this. If the patient is taking thyroid tablets for many years, you have to taper off the dose by only starting with 12.5 microgram. So suppose if the patient is on 75 microgram, you have to reduce by 62.5 microgram. 12.5 tak reduce karna hota hai. So that way you have to adjust your dose. Please wait for 2 to 3 months. Repeat the thyroid profile and then you taper off the dose if the results are positive. If the results are not positive still, don't reduce the dose more than 12.5. Okay, that is my advice. Okay, so do the test, and every 3 to 6 months the thyroid profile is done. And once the patient is cured, how the patient is cured, you have to repeat the thyroid profile every 1 year. Even if the patient is not with any medication, the thyroid hormones have come back to normal. And then also you have to repeat the thyroid test once in a year. Okay, so this is about the hypothyroid. We'll quickly go to the next part, that is hyperthyroidism. Now we'll quickly go to hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism is hyper, which is more increased in the thyroid hormones secretion. T3, T4 secretion is increased from the thyroid gland. Okay, and TSH is reduced. The causes are very, very autoimmune disease. Okay, Graves' disease, very important. It is Graves' disease. Then there is presence of thyroid nodule in the thyroid gland, which leads to excessive secretion of thyroid hormones. Okay, goiter, that is swelling of the thyroid gland. Goiter could be normal or it could be present in both hypo and hyperthyroidism. Goiter is present in both thyroid abnormalities. Thyroid cancer can lead to hyperthyroidism. Chemotherapy drugs, which has a side effects on thyroid gland. Thyroiditis, inflammation of the thyroid. It is also common after pregnancy, excess of iodine, excess of allopathic medicines, and definitely we as a homeopath, stress is given much more importance. Okay, so Graves' disease is a very good result in homeopathy, hyperthyroidism, because it is mainly autoimmune. And autoimmune means आपके body का immunity ही down हो रहा है, खुद आपके body ही वो immunity down करी. To bring that back, we give homeopathy medicines. Now we go to the lab investigations, that is TSH is reduced. I have told you because thyroid hormone ज़्यादा है, so TSH अपना काम कम करेगा. That is from the pituitary. So THS is decreased, T3, T4 is increased. Signs and symptoms of hyperthyroid, the BMR is shoot up. It is increased in hyperthyroid. So BMR increase hota hai. So what that happens? First is patient cannot tolerate heat. गर्मी सहन नहीं होती, जरा भी नहीं. So doctor, पहले मुझे गर्मी तो सहन हो जाती थी, लेकिन अभी तो गर्मी ही सहन नहीं होती. मुझे पंखा चाहिए, AC चाहिए. So this is the version which patient will tell you. Okay, so that is BMR is increased in hyperthyroid. और BMR से क्या होगा? Heat production होगा. Heat production होगा तो it will lead to lot of intolerance to heat. Okay. Then there is weight loss. This is very, very, very commonly seen in hyperthyroid, where there is lot of weight loss and it is rapid weight loss. Rapid. 2 महीने में 10 से 15 किलो वेट लॉस हो गया. खाना भी इतना नहीं खाते हैं फिर भी इतना वेट लॉस हो गया. Okay, so that is weight loss without any reason. Please understand. What are the differential diagnoses of weight loss? We do tuberculosis test or cancer, or this is the DD which we think. But first of all, think of hyperthyroidism, weight loss and rapid weight loss. Okay. Uneasiness, palpitations. Okay. Heart rate is increased. Sensation of something stuck in the throat. Fine tremors of hands. जैसे हाथ ऐसे दूचते हैं. Hyperthyroid patient has fine tremors. This way the tremors are there. Okay. So you have to test the hyperthyroid patient for this tremors. Lot of anger, irritability, sleeplessness होता है, नींद नहीं आती, urination बढ़ जाता है. Patient wants to keep himself always busy. Lot of restlessness is there in hyperthyroid. So all this is, you are seeing symptoms in the patient, and obviously homeopathy working on the psychological effect, you have wonderful results in homeopathy. The appetite is low. There is no taste. The muscle wasting is there. Emaciation हो गया तो muscle wasting होगा. Cachetic, pericachesia is there. Proptosis. Now this is very important. जो आंखें जो होती है eyeballs, it comes out. That is known as exophthalmic goiter. अभी आंखें बाहर आती है तो patient जब सोते हैं, when the patient is sleeping, the eyes is half open. It is not completely closed. So what happens? Patient have chances of more infection in the eyes. Okay. Then बहुत पसीना आता है, sweating, lot of sweating in hyperthyroid, which is opposite to hypo. Headache, loose motions, recurrent diarrhea. Whatever they eat, immediately they have to pass stool. Nervousness, lot of nervousness, weakness, trembling, palpitations, breathlessness, menstrual problems, and psychological anxiety. बहुत anxiety रहती है hyperthyroid patient में. Okay, what are the signs? Hyperkinesis, बहुत फटाफट ऐसे move ही करते थे, they want to be busy. Goiter, proptosis, perspiration increased हो जाता है, systolic blood pressure बढ़ता है, there is systolic hypertension, ऊपर का जो BP होता है वो बढ़ता है, pulse rate बढ़ जाता है, that is tachycardia, hair fall, लेकिन hair fall bunches में नहीं होगा, okay, it is thin and brittle, easy से टूट जाते हैं और hair एकदम thin हो जाते हैं. Okay, there is lot of myalgias, muscle pains and small joint pains. Small joints are painful. It is seen in both the thyroid disorders and it mimics rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. Now, we individualize the case in homeopathy and apply to the patient who is suffering from hyperthyroid. Obviously, it will bring improvement in its functional features. Initially, the functional features has to improve. That is anxiety, palpitation, headache, fatigue. वो पहले improve होना चाहिए patient का. Then there has to be improvement in blood pressure and the pulse rate. Okay, so hemodynamics improving is also done by homeopathy, where weight over a period of time is gained, it is improved. So in 6 months time, we see evidence of stabilization taking place. So जब homeopathy देते हैं उसके 6 महीने के बाद, we see the stabilization which is taking place. Overall treatment required, hyperthyroid is more little bit difficult than hypothyroid, and overall treatment it requires almost 1 to 1.5 years. Okay, constitutional prescription is the basis of homeopathy. Please remember, constitutional prescription is the basis of homeopathy. Okay, and understanding of the patient in the mind, in the physical aspect, and all the characteristic particular, pura mind, physical, characteristic particular, everything is taken into consideration, the entire person. Okay, that's why homeopathy has unbelievable results in thyroid disorders. What is the investigations we do? Thyroid profile करते हैं, 8 to 10 hours fasting होता है उसमें, and T3, T4 is increased, okay, and TSH is less. Sonography scan is also done, thyroid scan for goiter to rule out thyroid cancer. Thallium scan करते हैं जिसमें red color दिखता है thyroid in hyperthyroid. Diet in hyperthyroid, carrot and cabbage has to be eaten less and not used iodized salt. Obviously, there are more of thyroid hormone secreted, so iodized salt कम करना होगा. उसके रिप्लेसमेंट में हम लोग सिंधा नमक यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, यू एक्सरसाइज. ओके, एक्सरसाइज भी करो, लेकिन इतनी एक्सरसाइज मत करो कि हार्ट रेट बढ़ जाए. हार्ट रेट इज इंक्रीज्ड, it should not increased. Do not use protein supplements, okay, but natural proteins in diet. Non-veg diet is allowed to avoid prawns. Non-veg diet allowed हो सकता है, लेकिन prawns को avoid करो. Okay, now homeopathic medicines. What is the homeopathic medicines we use? Carcinosin is a nosode which is used in hyperthyroid, where it is 1 mg and 1 dose is given. It's an anti-miasmatic remedy. Lilium tick is given. Then same one remedy which has heat intolerance and dry skin. The remedy is very thin, emaciated, very cannot tolerate hunger. They are eating, but then also there is weight loss, lot of palpitations, thirstless, heart rate increase, chest pain, and thyrotoxicus is leading to chest pain. The remedy is iodine. Okay, same way, one more remedy is calcarea iode. This I have already prescribed in detail. I have already talked about in hypothyroid. Okay, so there is swelling of below the eyes in calcarea iode, hard thyroid gland, GIT, and urinary symptoms. Okay, so many other remedies are there in hyperthyroid. So iodine is there where there is goiter and loss of flesh. There is loss of flesh with great appetite, hungry, and with much thirst. Debility is there. Slightest exertion produces perspiration. Okay, the complexion is thin and dark with enlarged, okay, with enlarged lymphatic glands. Voracious appetite is seen in iodine, but patient gets thin. So that is in hyperthyroid. Tubercular miasm. Bromium, I have already told you, scrofulous children and enlarged glands, blonde type, left-sided medicine, bromium is. Lot of anxiety of mind, fear of ghost, visions in the dark, enlarged parotid and goiter, sensation of suffocation, excoriating discharges, and great weakness, tendency to infiltrate glands. Glands become very hard and suppurates. Very rarely they suppurates in bromium. They are aggravated in warm room, damp weather. They are better in sea and better by motion. So this is about bromium. Then one more remedy is, according to Dr. Henneman, it was first mentioned specific for goiter. Can anybody tell me any remedy specific for goiter according to Dr. Henneman? Okay, because this remedy contains iodine in it. It is blue-eyed and fair-haired patients, scrofulous affections. It acts on respiratory organs, okay, on the glands, thyroid, testes with induration. Blood, heart and veins are involved with protrusion of the eyes. Exophthalmic goiter का पूरा picture मिलता है. Large and hard goiter with pressure. There is tingling and shooting pains in the muscles of the neck. Aggravated thinking of complaints and aggravated touch and pressure. So anybody can tell me which was very specific during Dr. Henneman's time? Because it contains iodine. No one? So the remedy is Spongia tosta. Okay. They have also extreme exhaustion and better by lying down. Two remedies I'll speak on. There is exophthalmic goiter and it lowers the heart rate and BP. Basically, it's an heart remedy and also used in goiter and hemorrhoidal bleeding. And the remedy is Lycopus virginicus. Okay, so that is from our Boric Materia Medica, Lycopus virginicus. Next remedy is Pilocarpus microphyllus. It's a powerful glandular stimulant. Exophthalmic goiter with increased heart section and pulsations of the arteries, tremors, nervousness, sweating, bronchial irritation. So entire picture is of hyperthyroid is seen in this remedy. Pilocarpus microphyllus. Abnormal night sweats, and powerful diaphoretic. Okay, so these are the remedies for this thyroid problems, okay, and hyperthyroid. Then we have other like goiter, which is a swelling of the thyroid gland. It may be toxic and non-toxic goiter. Then we have thyroiditis, that is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It is autoimmune, more common in female than males. Okay, there is hypothyroid with enlargement of the thyroid gland. Then we have D. quervens thyroiditis. Okay, so this is also an subacute thyroiditis where there is pain in the goiter and dysphagia. It is also known as postpartum thyroiditis, after delivery. Okay, first 12 months of delivery. Now what happens, you know, during pregnancy, the fetus is there, so mother's immunity is suppressed, and after delivery, it is rebound back. So जब immunity rebound back होता है, तो antibodies बहुत बनते हैं body में, और वो antibodies can cross fire the thyroid gland. So patient suffers from thyroiditis after pregnancy or after delivery. Thyroid cancer, it is not much common. Okay, there is thyroid swelling, dysphagia, and hoarseness of voice. Okay, so these are the things which you have to remember in hypo and hyperthyroid. Also, withdrawal of the medicines, I have told you it has to be very, very slowly. Okay, and you have to repeat every 3 to 6 months the thyroid test. Neomarcazole, that is given for hyperthyroid. If the patient is taking 10 mg BD, then you have to take 10 mg and 5 mg BD. Then you have to make 10 mg OD. Okay, so this way you have to taper off. Suddenly don't taper off the medicines. Hyperthyroidism, if the medicine suddenly withdrawn, then it can lead to thyroid storm. The patient can have a lot of palpitations and patient will be hospitalized. Okay, so please be please take care to withdraw the thyroid tablets. Now the last part of the session, that is homeopsychotherapy. How will psychologically will counsel the patient. Now what is seen here, you know, when the patient is suffering from goiter, what is the probable cause in goiter? What is the psychology going behind in the patient's mind? Hatred for being inflicted upon. They feel they are victim. Okay, this is commonly seen. They feel that they are victim. They have feeling as if thwarted in life and unfulfilled. Their desires are unfulfilled. They feel they are hatred. They feel they are victimized. So all these feelings is usually seen in patients who are suffering from goiter. So you have to tell them certain psychotherapy, bring certain thoughts in the patient's mind and tell them that I am the power and authority in my life. I am free to be me. Okay, nobody is making me victimized. I am powerful. Okay, so that way you can heal the patient. Okay, hyperthyroid. What is the probable cause? Rage as being left out. Okay, there's lot of rage. बहुत गुस्सा रहता है उन लोग में जब उनको कोई left out करता है. So that is hyperthyroid. So that is the thought which you can imbibe, you can counsel. I am at the center of life and I approve of myself and all that I see. So patient has to tell self-approval, which is very, very important. Self-approval. Next, hypothyroidism, that is probable cause is giving up. The cause is giving up and they feel hopeless. They feel hopeless. So thought is, I create a new life with new rules that is totally supporting me. Okay, so hopeless hote hai. So you have to imbibe this thought in them that I create a new life with new rules. Thyroid gland problems, goiter, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid. The cause is humiliation. Okay, very important, seen in many patients. Humiliation. I never get to do what I want to do. When is it going to be my turn? So patient feels कि मुझे जो करना है वो करने को मिलता ही नहीं है. I don't get what I want to do. So when would be my turn? मेरा turn कभी आएगा? So for this thought, what you have to counsel? I move beyond all the limitations and now allow myself to express freely and creatively. I allow myself to express freely and creatively. Okay, so this is the psychotherapy, homeopsychotherapy, which we can imbibe in the patients. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed the session. That would be a great learning and great learning experience. Do let me know your feedback. If any queries are there, do let me know, please. And first of all, I want to thank to our master, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, without whom we would not be here. Also, Herbal Homeo page, okay, Dr. Shikhar Sharma, who has invited me. Thank you so much. And also, my blessings of my near and dear ones, my parents, and my husband, everyone. I am very thankful to everyone for this opportunity and thank you so much. I hope you must have enjoyed the session. Any queries, let me know. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.